Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Hope everybody's having a nice evening. It is Wednesday, September 9th, and as promised, we're going to talk about a supercar that was released today from one of my favorite Italian marques. We're going to be talking about the 2021 Maserati MC20. Now, this is a car, Maserati hasn't had a car like this for, let's say, 15 years, when it was a cousin to the Ferrari Enzo. Of course, I'm talking about the Maserati MC12. That thing was in another level than this, but this car, I love the design of it, and we're going to talk about all the specs and the performance and the cool technology about it. And I'm glad to see Maserati back on this worldwide stage. They haven't had a car like this in a long time, and hopefully this can bring them back to their former glory. I know in a year or two there's going to be another GT car release, but this is going to be a performance supercar that will also spawn a racing series. So let's talk about the Maserati MC20. Alright, so here we are on Jalopnik, and this is it. This is the car right here. Now, we're going to talk about the specs first. So, it is called the Maserati MC20, MC20, 20 obviously for 2020. Let's see, and the specs of it is going to have a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 with 630 horsepower, and I think it was like about 550 foot-pounds of torque. It'll go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, and I think it looks really, really good. It's an all carbon fiber chassis, all carbon fiber tub. There's some beautiful details all around the car that I'm going to show you on another YouTuber's video. It's all forged carbon fiber, plus with some normal, regular carbon fiber weave on the inside. But yeah, I think I like it. I am assuming this will compete with cars like the F8 Tributo and the McLaren 600 LT, something like that, 570. But let's see, 3,300 curb weight. Power to weight ratio is still best in its class. Now this is the first car, I think, since the MC12 that the engine and transmission, everything was completely built in-house of Maserati in Italy. I think they're from Bologna, Italy. But yeah, that is 8-speed dual clutch transmission. You gotta have a dual clutch if you're gonna be a supercar on the world stage. So let's see. We're gonna look at some pictures first. Okay. Now we got to talk about the outside first. Okay, the exterior styling I think is gorgeous, and I really, really, really like the wheels. I think they are different, and so Maserati, their symbol right here is the trident. Okay, this is taken from a statue somewhere in the hometown of Maserati in Italy, and the 3 is a common theme. 3 speared or 3 spiked trident, and that's why I think that the design of the wheels is like that, and I absolutely love it. I think I'm always a fan of 5-spoke wheels, but this is just different, and I love it. I think they're beautiful, beautiful wheels. There it is, the exterior styling. I think it looks good in the white. It's really a pearlescent white that I'll show you in the other video. But yeah, dual exhaust in the back. These lights sort of look like the Maserati GT, of the last 10-15 years. As far as the design goes, I really love it. And this right here is one of my favorite sort of little Easter eggs. These little vents in the back window are supposed to mimic the trident of the 3 points of the Maserati logo. Awesome detail. I love, love, love that so much. Yeah, there's the interior with the normal carbon fiber. I just want to see the front end. So yeah, there's it, right, the racing. So let's look at the interior real quick. Now the interior I think is nice. It's pretty plain Jane. This steering wheel looks like it's totally been borrowed from the Levante or one of the SUVs. It's got huge carbon fiber, shift paddles right here. It's pretty. I'm not gonna say basic, but it gets everything done. I wouldn't call it a beautifully crafted interior. Sort of reminds me of like a Ford GT with just like one screen here and not much else, but. As a supercar, I think you could do a lot worse. There's the main screen right there. Yeah, but I think this is, I really hope this can bring Maserati back on the stage, with Porsche, Ferrari, McLaren, Lamborghini. I mean, would I buy this over a Lamborghini Huracan? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I feel like one knock could be that if you buy a supercar, other than a Porsche 911, what other car has a V6? And this car has a V6. So as far as the design, the exterior design, I think they really, really nailed it. Interior is nice. Now this car is going to have a hybrid version coming out at some point, but I think it only improves the performance by like 1/10 of a second. Plus, I'm sure it will cost a lot more. So I think this will be starting around the $200,000 range. So I mean, under 3 seconds, 630 horsepower. Yeah, so let's take a look at Mr. JWW.
Here it is. Now I have...
In his video, he's got some really beautiful detail shots that I just want to, when I get to something I see, I want to pause on it. Especially when he lifted up the door. But yeah, the front end styling is so typical Maserati with the big, huge grille, like almost like a Jaguar. But they always had this little dip in the front of the grille right there, which I think looks great. I would love to see this car like in a blue Maserati, MC12, and this car with the brake calipers are always like a bright blue. I think that just goes back to the racing team. But this like pearlescent white looks really good too. Okay, now right here coming up is the doors. Yes, right there. Beautiful, beautiful forged carbon fiber. Now this car, I think I don't know if I mentioned this, 3,300 pounds, which is a little bit, I'm not gonna say it's on the heavy. It's not heavy. It's a little bit on the heavier side. I mean, something like a Pagani Huayra is like under 3,000 pounds, but that's a whole different type of car. But yes, I'm gonna keep saying it. The design is gorgeous. It looks Italian, I think, and I like to see a mid-engine car. Yes, I love that Easter egg so much. It's such a nice detail. Loads of carbon fiber at the back. I'll be interested to see this car, in the racing series. Now, he mentioned here, the reason that they were able to squeeze so much power out of this car is because they use a bit of F1 technology, because Maserati is sort of under the FCA umbrella that is Ferrari is as well, and we know Ferrari is an F1 team, but they have a system with the engine called pre-combustion chamber. I think when the pistons go up and down in their banks, there's a little chamber that is connected to it that lets there be an ignition sort of before the ignition comes from the normal cylinder, that I guess lets you squeeze a little bit, just a little bit more power out of the engine. So that's pretty cool to use F1 technology in this car, on a road car in 2020. But yeah, so what do you guys think about this car? I think it compete with the other cars like the Ferrari and the McLaren and the Huracan. It's definitely got the Italian styling. You'd almost like to see something a little bit more risky, I guess. I mean, this is, as far as supercar designs go, it's a little bit safe, I guess you could say, but it is through and through Maserati. Right there, it really looks like a Ferrari 488 or an F8. But yeah, that is not a bad thing. So this is the Maserati MC20. So what do you guys think? Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below. Here, we'll go back to the desktop right there. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GemmyD on Cars. I always, at the end of these videos, I talk about what I got coming up, but as of right now, I'm not real sure. I don't have anything cooking. I do have a review of my buddy's S7, which I mentioned the other day, but other than that, I don't know. I've been meaning to drive a Honda Accord. Just never drove one of them. I'd like to check it out. And I'd also like to check out, I have a neighbor that has a Volvo XC60. Maybe I'll give that a shot. So, we'll see. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. GemmyD on Cars.